actually have a better chance at top 8. So David Rice is with Loam, and let me take a look at David Rice's deck. You can see Thomas's deck here.
Yeah, David Rice's deck is pretty cool. He's playing cards like Faithless Looting and Maelstrom Pulse. So.
Yeah, both these guys are X and O. David is on the right with the Oscar the Grouch T-shirt that he probably got at a Target or a Walmart.
Or perhaps he stole it from Patrick Sullivan's closet.
Yeah, Pat Sullivan has that too. That was Pat Sullivan's Facebook profile picture for a while.
Oscar the Grouch?
It might still be, I'm not sure. Yeah. So, yeah, he's playing a pretty cool deck. Countryside Crusher, Dark Confidant, Life of the Loam. This deck looks like the deck that was doing well in Modern.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got Faithless Looting, Liliana, a handful of lands, and yeah, it's pretty much the Modern deck, just with dual lands.
And Mox Diamond.
Yeah, and Mox Diamond. So, and Wasteland. But
Wasteland makes this deck a little better.
Yeah, the core of the deck is the same. But they're starting off. There's a Bloodstained Mire from David Rice.
And Thomas Croan has a Horizon Canopy, which he's going to use to cast Green Sun Zenith for 1. So that's going to get a Dryad Arbor.
Okay.
There you see just how strong Green Sun Zenith is in the Legacy format. For 1 mana, it's a Llanowar Elf, basically, because you get Dryad Arbor. For 2 mana, you know, it can be a Noble Herrick, which is Llanowar Elf that pumps your other guys. For 3 mana, it's a 4/5. And for 4 mana, it's like a 10/10. You get Knight of the Reliquary.
Yeah.
Knight of the Reliquary kills you in 1 hit no matter what, basically,
sure.
in Legacy.
So David draws a card for the turn, elects not to crack the Bloodstained Mire. Let's see if he has anything to do on turn 2. Maybe a Dark Confidant, maybe some Life of the Loam action. We'll see what his plan is. So he's going to sack both those Bloodstained Mires one at a time, but Thomas has no response, so he'll shortcut and get two lands, probably both dual lands is my guess. There's a Taiga and a Badlands. Badlands is one of those dual lands that you don't really see much play.
You like playing with Badlands.
Yeah, Badlands is definitely cool. And what does he have for us here? Alright, we have an Engineer Explosives. And he's going to do Engineer's Explosives for, is it for 2? Okay, he does Explosives on 2.
It's kind of an interesting thing to lead an Explosives on 2.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, his deck has a lot of 2-drops. He's playing, like, Confidant and Goyf and Scavenging Ooze.
Yes.
So, like, his opponent might just not play 2-drops, and then it might leave 2-drops kind of stranded in his hand, where, like, he's forced to play his 2-drops, and then his opponent can just play his 2-drops afterward, and then...
What 2-drop is he really scared of?
I'm not really sure. Like, his opponent's deck probably has... Or I'm looking at it right now. It has Scavenging Ooze, Side Pride Mage, and Thalia.
Oh, this is kind of interesting. All right.
Oh, and Chit.
Why would he make that play? Why would he play Kosali Pride Mage and kill that Engineering Explosives?
I don't know. I mean, you kind of can force your opponent to use the EE, and then they have to tap more mana.
Yeah, I would say that's a misplay by Thomas.
Yeah, because now he could have played the Pride Mage and killed the Seismic Assault and left that Engineering Explosives that was doing nothing on the table.
Or David would have had to, you know, like waste his turn by blowing the Engineering Explosives and spending the mana. So, misplay from Thomas. For everybody watching at home, if you guys think differently, tweet in. But I feel that you know, right there is it was just turn 2, and you know, a devastating.
I mean, that's a pretty big misplay because now, you know, he's turning the Seismic Assault. You know, that card's good.
Yeah, and if David has Life in the Loan, it's just
it could be all, game.
Yeah, it could be all over. Yeah, you can start, you know, nailing anything for 6, or just kill Thomas in 3 turns by going to the Dome.
Seismic Assault, pretty cool card. Originally from Exodus, it was reprinted in 9th edition, I believe. And it's an enchantment for red, and you can discard a land to deal 2 damage to target creature or player.
Alright, so Scavenging Ooze by Thomas.
It'll be 10th edition.
And David draws for his turn. Let's see what he has for that Ooze.
I'm going to Countryside Crusher for David Rice.
My friend Harrison likes to play a deck like this, the Seismic Assault deck. So it's definitely popular amongst more of the casual players sometimes. But you know, David brought it here for competitiveness, and so far it's paying off. 6-0.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen a lot of these decks top 8 these SCG Opens.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
It's a very difficult deck to play.
It is. Yeah.
I believe didn't Osip win a PDQ to Barcelona playing that deck?
He did. Yeah. All right. So Scavenging Ooze will grow. It is now a 3/3. Now Countryside Crusher is an interesting card.
Oh yeah, he gets big.
It's a bit of pot luck, some people would call it. But we'll see what's on top of David's deck. Oh, we won't. There's a Swords to Plowshare.
Yeah. So David's gonna go up to 21 here.
Yep. And the Countryside Crusher is out of the game. And we'll see. All right, so Thomas checks out Seismic Assault again, just to make sure. Sometimes people are unfamiliar with cards in Legacy, so they have to double read it, double check it.
It's reasonable.
It is. All right, that Ooze attacks for 3 damage. And David no longer need that dice on top of his deck. He could draw freely. He put that dice on top of his deck just so he doesn't forget about the Countryside Crusher.
And what does he have? Something that costs 2. It's
All right.
Dark Confidant.
Dark Confidant.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it definitely is. Now, you know, Thomas didn't really need to use a Swords to Plowshare on the Countryside Crusher necessarily. All right, so David says, "Hey, I want to kill that Ooze. Let's see what's going to happen."
Yeah.
Thomas is thinking what he wants to do. All right, he is just going to bury the Ooze. Thomas draws for the turn. Now, does Thomas have another plow for the Dark Confidant or no?
I mean, if he doesn't, he's kind of in a world of hurt here, right?
Yeah. I'm also kind of interesting why Thomas did. I believe Thomas has a Wasteland in his hand now. Why didn't that Wasteland take out that Badlands?
He has a Wasteland in hand?
I think he has a Wasteland in hand.
He does.
He does have a Wasteland, correct?
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty big.
Yeah, David does not have Life of the Loam going yet. So, you know, he either wants to take out the Badlands or maybe try to cut David off on Taiga, on all his green. But regardless, Athalia comes down, and a Mother of Ruins joins the party. And finally, Thomas will ping himself, and a Noble Hierarch reaches play.
Yeah, now, if David reveals a Loam here, he's Plague Winds.
So let's see. Draws for the turn. All right.
It's a Wasteland.
Wasteland. Now he's going to draw for the turn, actually. And I'm not sure what he hit. Always nice to draw 2 cards with Dark Confidant. One of the more powerful invitational cards.
Perhaps the most powerful. Oh, Snapcaster Mage gives it a run for its money.
Also, Root Water Thief is up there. Followed by Avalanche Riders and Sylvan Safekeeper. Oh, there's a Maelstrom Pulse on the Mother Ruins. Now, just look if Thomas decided to Wasteland that Badlands. You know? Maybe David didn't have another black mana. You never know.
Or the other thing is that even if he did have another black mana, that's 1 less land that's being aimed at his guys.
Sure.
You know.
Yep. All right. So Thomas now is shuffling 2 cards in his hand, just a Savannah and a Wasteland. So he's pretty much out of gas. He's gonna have to lean hard on the Gavany Township and hopefully pump his guys and make them survive over Seismic Assault range.
Alright, so Wasteland hits the Badlands now. A little late, but better late than never.
Yeah. People on Twitter land are saying we should just call this Aggro Loam instead of just
Loam. It's
Loam.
Aggro Loam.
Well, David actually typed out his deck list, and he typed Loam.
Well, I mean, so Aggro Loam, kind of like the whole reason it was Aggro Loam is because it played like 4 Tarmogoyfs, and it played like cheap spot removal. And
Yeah.
he's playing cards like Maelstrom Pulse, and he's only playing a couple Tarmogoyfs, like I think
Faithless
1 or
Looting.
2. Right?
Yeah.
And he has like Liliana the Veil and Faithless Looting, so he's not really aggro loam, which is aggro loam is what the deck was called back when it was in a PDQ season long ago and extended.
He reveals a Wasteland from Dark Confidant. And he'll attack for 2. I actually played this deck at one of the Pro Tours, but I played the Devastating Summoning, I think it's called?
Devastating Dreams?
No, it's like black, red, green. Each player sacrifices a non-basic land in the upkeep.
Oh, Destructive Flow.
Destructive Flow, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Devastating Dreams was pretty common in aggro loam decks for a while.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. That's what I was getting confused with. All right. There's a Qasali Pride Mage. And I believe this Qasali Pride Mage will take out the Seismic Assault.
Yeah, I mean, definitely.
It's interesting. Does Thomas not have anything else? Like, I mean, wouldn't a better play be him tapping Savannah and a Plains, playing Qasali Pride Mage, and then attacking with Noble Hierarch?
Yeah, I mean, you'd think.
I mean, he knows that David has a Wasteland in his hand because it was revealed, but then he just says go. I'm not really too sure what's going on here.
Yeah, I'm not really sure either.
All right, a Cycle Land was revealed, the Tranquil Thicket.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's really a little dangerous of Thomas to do because now he just gives David more options.
Yeah, he does. All right, so David taps 2. Oh, there's a Life of the Loam. Life of the Loam is definitely a very powerful card, especially in Legacy with Wastelands and all the sack lands. I think Game 1, this matchup definitely favors the aggro loam player a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just all right. There's the Mox Diamond.
Wait, Loam just resolved?
Yeah, loam resolved.
The Seismic Assault did not get killed?
No, he did not do anything with the Qasali Pride Mage. David plays Wasteland. It's kind of interesting. I mean, like, loam is good, but if David doesn't have a Seismic Assault in play, it's less good. So Thomas did nothing with his creatures that turn. He just, I mean, I don't see why he did not attack with a Noble Hierarch. It wasn't like a Noble Hierarch would have blocked the Dark Confidant. Alright, so David wants to deal 2 damage to that Qasali Pride Mage. And maybe Thomas is thinking about pumping it with the Gavany Township. Let's see. Okay.
I would choose to kill the Assault. That's most definitely the right play.
Yeah, if he had an extra land, he could have just like put a counter on the on both, you know, and then if he had the extra one, which we know he did. But regardless, he eventually kills the Seismic Assault. Alright, so Mother of Ruins hits play, and Thomas just plays out his hand.
Huh.
Right. Dark
So
Confidant
he's
plus
going to
Forest.
dredge Loam probably.
Yeah, it seems pretty good. Tarmogoyf, Ooze, and Lightning Bolt.
Yeah, I mean, I think he has another Seismic Assault in his hand.
Does he? Okay.
Probably,
Yeah.
right? Based on, like, just, like, the way he can't really go all in on it in the way that he would have.
Yeah. Yeah, David only playing 2 Tarmogoyfs in this build. Sometimes you see decks that run more than 2. Alright, there's another Seismic Assault. And yeah, Thomas could just pretty much pack this game up.
Yeah. This is, once the Loam Assault is going.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Thomas is just dead in 2 turns. It might be dead next turn.
He's dead next turn.
Yeah, I think he is.
Yeah, I mean, the
David just
2
needs-
lands
yeah.
left in David's hand,
And
plus
3
plus
the
3
attack.
from the Loam, plus the attack.
Yeah. Thomas just looking at his graveyard, admiring all the cards that he traded for. Says, hey, I got this card with a good trade, you know?
Exodus Seismic Assault is so much cooler looking.
Yeah,
One.
it definitely is.
The Weatherlight, like running from that Tar or Volrath.
Yeah, Seismic Assault, difficult to cast, but I mean, if you can get it down, especially with life, it's super powerful.
Oh, yeah. I mean, getting to have a double Inferno Titan trigger every turn.
Yes.
It's pretty insane.
I think like confident hit land every single time. Somebody asked about that on Twitter.
Yes, every time.
Alright, there's an Ooze. So an Ooze could probably buy him an extra turn by gaining a couple of life. But other than that, it's just Thomas is just pretty much eating up the clock, which I don't know he wants to do.
Well, actually, David has Tranquil Thicket as one of his lands, so he can still kill him next turn. He can just use Tranquil Thicket to dredge Loam again, right? And then just cast Loam twice on one turn.
So, and he has enough lands in his yard to do that.
Yeah.
Alright, well. Alright, there's a spell.
Scavenging Ooze.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so Thomas is dead this turn. Oh, David didn't dredge.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Does he have another life in the Loam in his hand, maybe?
Maybe. That's really all I can think of.
Or did he have it from last turn?
Maybe he just had it from last.
Yeah.
He didn't cast last turn? What?
Alright, there's
He can just win.
Yeah, I mean, Thomas only has one green mana open to only remove one land. So he gets to target whatever lands he wants, and it's only one. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, did he remove the
Loam?
the Loam? I think he did, yeah, okay. That's what it was. It's tough to see when it's off camera. He just played a Loam?
Oh, he played another Loam? It's interesting that he played another Loam before killing the Scavenging Ooze. Because
yeah. I mean... Alright, so that's 6. 8, 10, 12.
Yeah,
That's
it.
Yeah. So Thomas scoops up. I mean, Thomas could have gained a life, I think. I mean, it didn't matter really, but it. All right. So David takes game 1. So they're gonna go to sideboarding here, and David his sideboard is Thoughtseize, Black Spell Mom, Tormod's Crypt, Fire Spout, Dark Blast, Ancient Grudge, and Red Elemental Blast. So those are cards that he has to work with here.
He's probably bringing in Fire Spouts and Dark Blasts.
Fire Spout, yes. Dark Blast, yes. Tormod's Crypt,
No.
probably not. I mean,
If it was Relic, he could bring it in, but
yeah, if it was Relic, then yeah.
You can't really have Relic in your sideboard as a Loam deck, though.
Exactly.
So,
Alright.
on the other side of things,
Yeah.
Thomas Croan's sideboard is 1 Loam, a Choke, 2 Enlightened Tutor, Tormod's Crypt, Stony Silence, Wheel of Sun and Moon, Linvala, Bajukabug, Path to Exiles, 2 of them, Ethersworn Canonist, 2 of them, a Gaddock Teague, and a Fauna Shaman. So he's probably going to be bringing in an Enlightened Tutor package for Wheel of Sun and Moon, and his Life on the Loam.
Okay. So,
And maybe like extra removal in the form of Path to Exile, Bajukabug as a something he can search for with Night of the Reliquary. Those are other cards he's probably going to bring in.
sure,
But
sure.
as far as cards that he's taking out, he can definitely take out Scrib Ranger. I think Aven Mind Sensor is pretty bad.
Okay. Maybe trim a couple of numbers.
Yeah, trim numbers here and there. I don't know how much I love the Jits against these like
The Jit
the
could be
infinity
okay.
removal.
Yeah,
decks.
I mean, maybe like 1 Jit. Because
It's hard because it's like his opponent's deck even has ways to kill the Jit and has so many ways to kill creatures that a lot of the time the Jit's just going to be, like going to give your opponent a 2-for-1 because they're playing a red deck with a ton of burn spells, so it's just like a mulligan.
okay.
It's just like, you don't want to keep like a cranial plating in against the red deck.
Yeah, exactly.
It's similar logic. And I mean, obviously Jit against red decks slightly better because if you do ever connect, it's just such a swing.
Yeah.
But you need to have something that makes it really easy, like something that lets you equip that JIT. Like you need something with big toughness.
Yeah.
Something with
protection from a certain color. Yeah.
Something with protection from red.
Yes.
So on and so forth.
So, yeah, it seems like a lot of people like this this loam deck. Pretty cool. So Mavericks, been around for a while. Dan Jordan did well with it at the Grand Prix. He still
Really
plays with Stoneforge Mystic.
I like Stoneforge Mystic.
Yeah, I like Stoneforge Mystic too in Maverick. A lot of people cut it, the Stoneforge Mystic. Thomas isn't playing Stoneforge Mystic.
Yeah. I mean, I play Stoneforge Mystic in any deck I can.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's the best white 2-drop ever. Thalia is probably close.
Yeah. Too bad Thalia's not a legend. That would really destroy a lot of decks.
Or too bad it is a legend, you mean?
Yeah, too bad it is a legend, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it would just be, it would make a lot of games very unfun.
Yeah, I guess so.
Like any deck that wasn't entirely creature-based, like if you just went like Thalia.
This would be too good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see that. Alright, so Thomas will be on the play. Thomas to your left, David on your right. This is round 7, so this is a winning in for these guys. Just like that, winning in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're already in the top 8 if they win these matches.
Yeah. I mean, these guys are essentially playing for, $775 of value. Because that's pretty much your value if you make top 8 of one of these Star City Opens. Now with the increased prize pool. So definitely a decent amount of money on the line. Plus a trophy for the winner, and they're also playing for a invite for the next Invitational.
Yeah.
Or for any Invitational.
Invitationals are great tournaments.
Yeah.
Such big prize pools.
Yeah, definitely really good. So
last Invitational we saw Max Tietz, who was playing for top 8 yesterday, win the whole Invitational.
Yeah. And now he's on his way to Barcelona.
Yeah.
He left yesterday with Christian Calcano.
So the Invitationals for the rest of the year, we're having another one that's coming up that's going to be, I believe, in Indianapolis.
Yep.
It's the next one. Yeah.
But I mean, if you can't come to one of the Opens, you guys can check out the SCT Invitational qualifiers.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the best ways to qualify for these events. Like, a lot of the time, people think you can only qualify for the Invitational by doing well at these Open series, but there are Invitational qualifiers all over the country, and
yeah, I mean, check it out on StarCityGames.com. You could click on the right.
They called it like just local game stars.
Yeah.
And great events. Super IQ even pays out pretty well.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. So you can find all the information on StarCityGames.com. Go to the upper right. You guys can search the site. It's all the information is right there. So if you guys want to qualify, it's pretty good. Also, the other 2 this year are in Atlanta and at the end of the year, Los Angeles. Yeah. So those are the last 2 Invitationals this year. All right. So Mountain from David Rice. What do you think Thomas did to try to play here? I see a Sylvan Library. I see a Jitte, so he didn't board out all the Jittes. All right, Sylvan Library hits play. That's pretty good.
Not a bad one.
That'll let him, kind of sculpt his hand, dig through his deck a bit deeper. All right, so Forgotten Cave gets cycled. David draws for his turn. I see a Tranquil Thicket. I see a Wooded Foothills.
I was eliminated from the top 8 of states once by somebody cycling a Forgotten Cave. Adam Horvath cycled the Forgotten Cave and shot me with a lightning rift.
And then what happened?
I died.
That's your story?
Yeah, good story.
You're sticking to it? All right. So there's a Bayou from David Rice, and he's got a turn 2 Dark Confidant. So if this thing sticks around, David Rice is going to be, gaining a lot of card advantage here. The only answer Thomas really has, besides that Jitte that might take a while to get counters, is a Swords to Plowshare. Do you think he has it? You have to ask yourself, do you feel lucky?
I don't know.
All right. So he
doesn't look like he has it.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not in the top 3, because we don't see it from the Sylvan Library.
Yeah.
but we'll see if Thomas, ends up paying any extra life. He could pick any one of those 3 to put in his hand. If he wants more, each one he has to pay 4 life.
It's worth it.
Sometimes it is.
And it's really nice in a deck like Maverick because people are casting Swords to Plowshares on things like Nether Reliquary, and you're getting like 10.
Yeah.
And then you can just like cash it in and just get a recall out of it.
Yeah, Sylvan Library is a good card. Alright, I see a Wasteland in Thomas's hand. His current board is Horizon Canopy and Caracas as his lands. He's thinking what he wants to do here. He taps 2 for Green Sun Zenith for 1.
Yes, that's probably... he wants to shuffle away those top 2 cards of his deck, presumably.
So it has to be a Noble Hierarch. This is only green 1-drop. I mean, his green 0-drop is the land, the Dryad Arbiter. Alright, so David cuts his deck. Thomas might play a Wasteland here and try to deny David on black-green by removing his Wasteland from the battlefield.
Seems pretty good.
Yeah,
I think I would definitely shoot the Bayou.
Alright, there's a Wasteland on the Bayou.
There's just so much potential for an absolute blowout with that play.
Yes.
I didn't see what David revealed for the confidant.
Yeah, I didn't see either. He did it very quickly.
Alright, so Bloodstained Mire. That's going to probably fetch up another Bayou.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think David's going to lightning bolt this Hierarch. Keep Thomas off mana. Alright, Bayou gets the Bloodstained Mire gets sacrificed.
And David Rice all the way down to 12. He must have had something with never mind.
Alright, he gets a Taiga.
Ooh, goes with Taiga, alright.
And there's a Tarmogoyf, so he doesn't really care about the Hierarch.
Yeah,
he wants to put pressure on him.
The fact that he got Taiga instead of Bayou is pretty telling. It means that David Rice has to have a Seismic Assault in his hand.
Yeah, he probably does. And with Seismic Assault and Dark Confidant drawing a few extra cards, why not Bastion?
Yeah. Get him for free 2 points of damages.
So Thomas is at 12, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Alright, now Tom's is going to be able to tick himself again with that Horizon Canopy to cast a Nether Reliquary.
Well, he doesn't have another land. He can't use the Hierarch for mana.
Well, I think he doesn't have another land.
Okay.
It's just...
There's Mother of Ruins.
Okay.
Kind of surprising that he taps the Hierarch to play Mother of Ruins rather than the Caracas.
Alright, falling to 11 here. Umezawa's Jitte comes down, and that's pretty good, especially when you have a Mother of Ruins on the table.
Yeah.
It's a really nice way to protect it.
It sure is. But David does have the Lightning Bolt that we saw him draw last turn. Alright, there's Mox Diamond gets revealed.
Alright, let's see if David can find an answer to this Jit Mother of Ruins.
Alright, Mox Diamond comes into play.
Yep. Discards a Tranquil Thicket.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. David plays a Bloodstained Mire.
That's went to 4 mana. And is he gonna Fire Spout here?
No. Fire Spout? Alright. I guess he thinks that he got enough value out of the Dark Confidant. He wants to, I mean, this is a 2-for-2 on board, which is...
Whoa.
The Glyph dies too, wow.
He didn't...
I guess he didn't realize that the Glyph was going to die.
Wait, does it? Sorcery, land...
That was a terrible Fire Spout.
That was a really bad Fire Spout.
Yeah, he has Lightning Bolt in his hand.
Wait, he only had Sorcery land in his graveyard?
I guess so. All right, so a misplay from David, and that might cost them the game.
That was
All right, well,
yeah, that was rough. I mean, with the Mox Diamond and that Fire Spout, he actually lost all of the card advantage already that he's gained off the Dark Confidant.
yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Because he only got 2 cards off the Confidant, so he actually lost more. He's actually behind more.
Yeah, he played turn 2 Dark Confidant, and now this is going to be his turn 5. So yeah, 2 cards. Yeah.
But David Rice does have a Lightning Bolt, though, which he can use to kill this Nether Reliquary.
Yes.
A rare opportunity to kill Nether Reliquary with a Lightning Bolt.
Yeah, it definitely is. Oh, he cycles Forgotten Cave.
All right.
David draws for the turn.
Yeah.
All right, Lightning Bolt on the Nether Reliquary.
And that's again, that's something that's rare that you don't really get to do too often.
There's Dark Confidant number 2.
It's a pretty good one for him.
So David has to do everything he could do to stop that Jitte from getting online.
Thomas just pondering his options here. He just Sylvan Libraried, so I'm sure his hand has a lot of different things that it can do. Decides to go with Scavenging Ooze. It's going to knock him down to 8, but Scavenging Ooze can help recoup that life loss. Although it's hard to recoup life loss when you only have Rising Canopies for green mana.
Green mana, yeah. All right, let's see what Dark Confidant reveals.
A Countryside Crusher, and that's going to drop David down to 14.
David draws for his turn. Ooh, Engineer's Explosives. That's very good.
Yes. That is very, very,
He
very
could have
good.
Explosives for 2.
Yep. And I mean, that'll get rid of Sylvan Library, Umzao's Jitte, and Scavenging Ooze. And it'll deal with his Confidant also, but his Confidant just drew him a card.
So yeah, David could play Explosives for 2, crack it. He'll destroy Jitte, the Scavenging Ooze, and the Sylvan Library, like Jake said.
Yeah.
That's just something pretty good here for him.
Yeah, I would definitely be happy to get that 2 for 3.
Yeah,
especially considering like the Confidant, you've already even gotten the card back.
Yeah, especially after that terrible Fire Spout. Him drawing Engineering Explosives was pretty lucky, because if that Jitte ever got online, he would have been in so much trouble.
Once Jitte's online, especially like I guess if his hand already had like Confidants and things like that.
All right, there's Engineering Explosives for 2, and he should do it right now, and he does. And yeah, just a good top deck there from David. All right, Thomas just on 3 lands. The board is completely cleared now, pretty much.
At this point, it's just kind of a waiting game for David to start drawing his big spells.
Yep, there's a Mother of Ruins, and I think Thomas just passes the turn afterwards. I think they might have a debate on life totals or something.
Maybe. I mean, Thomas is definitely pretty low. He's just chunking himself with Horizon Canopy every turn.
Yeah, it looked like they were like pointing at the Horizon Canopies, trying to figure something out.
All right, David's having 3. It's a Countryside Crusher.
Yep. He revealed that earlier from the Dark Confidant. Thomas draws a card from Mother of Ruins.
Let's see if he has anything this turn.
So Countryside Crusher, Mountain, Taiga, and Mox Diamond on David's side. Thomas just has a Caracas, 2 Horizon Canopies, and a Mother of Ruins.
The double Horizon Canopy draw. It's so dangerous.
Yeah, it really is, yeah. I mean, it's a good card. It's a dual land, essentially, and you could cash it in for a new card, but...
Very good card, I mean.
All right, Thomas falls to 6. Knight of the Reliquary enters the battlefield.
David Rice getting to use the trigger on his Countryside Crusher.
Let's see what happens.
That's 1 land. Another Countryside Crusher.
All right, so
it's a 4/4.
Should be a 4/4. He'll draw for the turn.
Let's see what he's got. Thought about playing it too. And he's tanking pretty hard on this one.
All right, the second Countryside Crusher. Thomas draws for the turn.
Let's see.
I mean, who do you think's favorite
Savannah,
here?
that's pretty good.
Yeah. All right, Kusai Pride Mage.
Ooh, now maybe Thomas. I mean, now that he has the Mom plus Knight assembled, it's pretty good.
What card is that?
Goif.
All right. So he's going to cycle, draw the Goif, so the other Countryside Crusher will get a chance to become bigger.
I appreciate plays like that.
Dark
Blast.
That's pretty good.
Does not suck.
So those Countryside Crushers will remain at a 3/3 and a 4/4.
Mm-hmm. Well, actually, no. They're 5/5 and a 4/4 because when he cycled the land,
oh, he did cycle.
Crusher
Yeah.
is whenever the land goes to the graveyard from anywhere.
Yeah.
So, cracker fetch land, they get bigger. When you're seismic assaulting, they get scary big, scary fast.
Yes. All right, David tapping some mana.
So like almost as big as neither Reliquary.
And he'll play Tarmogoyf.
Surprised he tapped his mana like that.
Well, he had to tap his mana like that because he cycled Tranquil Thicket, and then he had to play Tarmogoyf.
Oh, it was the Tranquil Thicket, not Forgotten Kingdom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Reasonable.
Yeah, definitely. All right, Thomas draws for the turn. All right, so he plays something off screen, and it is
another Kasali Pride Mage. And those do so good against Agrelon.
Yeah.
You know, Mazavith now.
I'm kind of surprised Thomas didn't use a Kasali Pride Mage to take out that Mox Diamond.
Yeah, I mean, it would cut him off black mana.
Yeah. All right, so those Countryside Crushers both get bigger. David draws for the turn.
And unfortunately, even as big as Countryside Crushers are getting, they are, you know, they're not going to be able to stand up to the Nether Reliquary. Thomas Croan has multiple types of side Pride Mages, Cat Wizards.
Yeah. So, I mean, the way the game's going, David could just sit back, kind of wait until he draws some burn in the form of a Seismic Assault or maybe like double Lightning Bolt and kind of just finish off Thomas.
Yeah, I think that's the plan at this point.
I mean, Thomas is going to try to find, if he has another Jitte in his deck, he's going to try to find that. Or, you know, maybe plow one of his own guys to get out of, you know, burn range.
seems reasonable.
All right, instead David just swings in, which is also, could be fine depending on how this combat works.
We're going to get you started.
Yeah, he also has the Dark Blast, so
come on up and report to the Shivan Dragon side events banner.
if the mom does try to save somebody, it'll be like the guy that is, eating his guy is actually just trading with Mother of Runes.
Yeah, Thomas might, pick up on this because he knows that David does have a Dark Blast, so he might just throw the Mother of Runes in the way of something.
That's almost definitely the best way to handle the situation.
Yeah.
Mazavith makes this attack not quite as potent as it could be.
All right, so he decides to draw a card from the Horizon Canopy. So he gets some more information, plus the Knight gets bigger.
Yeah, now interested to see how these blocks go. Do we know how big the Knight is right now?
I'm not sure how big the Knight is.
It's big. You know that it's big.
So Thomas is thinking about his blocks. Time's ticking in this round. If Thomas somehow, pulls out this game,
it could definitely become a draw here. I mean,
yeah.
Both these players have slowed down quite a bit.
Especially when it comes to this difficult combat math, slowing down is definitely something that would happen,
Mm-hmm. All right, now neither all Corey.
So he's gonna. Definitely some tough blocks there.
Yeah, this is kind of interesting because.
Why didn't the Goyf swing in? Oh,
it got
with the maze.
yeah.
Sorry.
So the Knight's only a 4/4 before it gets activated. It can become a 6/6.
Okay. Alright, so there's a Mox Diamond being tapped. And there's a Dark Blast on the Mother of Ruins.
Yeah, pretty good.
Players, we just need 2 more to fill up a legacy win box. Come on,
and when it's all said and done, we'll
just need 2 more players to fill up a legacy win box.
See what the board looks like.
Yeah. Now I still think Thomas is pretty far ahead here.
Thomas?
I'm sorry, I still think David's really far ahead here.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Those 2 Horizon Canopies from early in the game really just put Thomas in a place where he's just dead to so many top decks from David.
All right, so Thomas checking everything out. Yeah, I think David's sitting really good. I mean, as long as Countryside Crusher is in play, he's never drawing a land.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
that's one of the nice things about Countryside Crusher that a lot of people don't realize. They're like, well, it kind of gets bigger, but the whole thing is you're like, well, I never ever have to draw land again.
Yeah.
And I just only hit action forever. So as long as Countryside Crusher is in play, the player with it in play is going to draw a spell every single turn.
Exactly.
And that's pretty huge.
All right, the Knight untaps.
Yeah, and I mean, Thomas is going to need something to develop his board position pretty quickly. Otherwise, he's going to be in a lot of trouble.
Looks like he's tapping 3. He'll go on to 4 life.
Yep.
Another Knight.
It's not a bad one.
So Thomas at 4 life.
Yep. Now, how big is this Tarmogoyf? Do we know?
I'm not sure. It's land, creature, sorcery, instant. Probably 4 or 5. Alright, so 1. There's a fire spout. That doesn't do anything.
Number 1.
That's
Come
pretty
on up
good
to the
one,
side
yeah.
of that Ship and Dragon banner. We're going to get you started. That's a Legacy Winnabox. Number 1, come on up to the side of that Ship and Dragon banner. We're going to get you started.
Couldn't have. So how does the interaction work with Countryside Crusher and Dark Blast for Dredge?
If lands go to the graveyard from Dredge, they make Countryside Crusher bigger.
No, I'm saying like. So he drew a fire spout.
Yeah.
Could he have prevented, or before Countryside Crusher becomes triggered, he has to decide to return the Dark Blast, correct?
That's a good question. I don't think so. I think he can do both. I think he can activate Countryside Crusher trigger and then Dredge. Countryside Crusher trigger is upkeep. Pretty sure. So then, like, you just wait for it to resolve, and then while you're still in your upkeep.
So can he see
during your draw step? Rather, you dredge the Dark Blast.
So could he have saw that he was going to draw fire spout and then decided to dredge, or no?
Yes, he could have.
Okay. Right? I mean, I don't think so. But
look up Countryside Crusher.
okay.
Yeah, it's upkeep. Yeah, you can definitely do it.
So why did he draw fire spout?
That was not correct.
At the beginning of your upkeep, reveal the top card of your library. If it's a land card, put it in your graveyard. Repeat this spot. Whenever land card.
Legacy Winnabox, number 1, coming up to the Ship and Dragon side.
He should have definitely.
Yeah, obviously.
Legacy Winnabox,
Yeah.
number 1, Rudy Briscoe, Daniel
Definitely
Sacco,
should have dredged the Dark
Matt
Blast,
Delorier,
but
Jeremy, Daniel Holland, Mark Anderson, Bradley Vermont, Chris Conroy. She will come on up to the side of Ship and Dragon.
yeah, David really wishes he had something that flew at this point, or just a burn spell. That'd be pretty good.
All right. So Ooze gets a counter.
Yep.
So he puts a dice on top of his deck now.
A lightning bolt,
lightning bolt
gets revealed out to our confidant, and that's enough that Thomas Crown may be going to 1. And if David swings with everything, Thomas only has 2 blockers.
There's not
on
lightning
his.
bolt. Yeah, that's game.
Another bolt.
So you can just go bolt.
Yeah. And that's it. And David Rice in the top 8 of this tournament, playing lone. Pretty exciting.
Yeah. So Thomas scoops it up, and that's it. So David Rice is now.
Oh, look, a fellow Sesame Street character is shaking hands.
All right.
And there's an Elmo shirt behind the Oscar the Grouch.